Guys, welcome back to some more Motorsport Manager and part 2 of our Renault career mode on the F1 2018 mod. And today we are taking part in the Dubai Grand Prix, which is deputising for the Bahrain Grand Prix in real life. Let me know what you guys thought of the Australian Grand Prix last weekend. It was a pretty good race in my opinion, and let's just compare how well sort of Motorsport Manager predicted that. So Sebastian Vettel won the Grand Prix in real life, just like in this. But I don't think any other position... Oh, Van Dorn 9th is another correct position, but everything else was wrong. How dare they get it so wrong? But anyway, shall we get into the Grand Prix today? As usual, it'll just be... simulation of practice, and then we'll do some qualifying, and we might even simulate Q1, to be honest with you. I'm not that bothered about Q1, although we do want to set up the car correctly, so we may well do Q1 actually, come to think of it. So yeah, we'll simulate practice, and we'll see whereabouts the car's at. We seen at the last Grand Prix we qualified 4th and 8th, so we've probably got the 4th best car this season, so we need to go out there today and get some big points, because although the first race we had the pace, we didn't have the strategy, and that was a big problem. So we'll go with them too, and then we shall start practice. We'll simulate the session, and we'll see where we finish in this practice session. So Hulkenberg initially has gone out on the super soft tyres, which is good to see, but you can see already we're going through our tyres so much quicker than the rest of the field. It's really quite concerning how bad the tyre wear is. What is encouraging though is that we're currently second, 4/10 off the pace of Lewis Hamilton, so that's not too bad. We'd like to see Sainz maybe get up the order a bit, and he has done. He's got up to 9th, so we're 2nd and 9th at the end of practice. We'll settle for that. I think that's a decent practice session, and now we're ready to get into Formula 1 2018 qualifying session for the Dubai Grand Prix, or the Bahrain Grand Prix if you like. We'll auto pick these. I think that's going to be absolutely fine. Probably don't want soft tyre performance if we can help it. We can't. Never mind. Now let's have a look at the setup. So Hulkenberg, oh, there's a good one. Oh, I'll tell you what, we might be able to do this. That's an even better setup, isn't it? So we can, yeah, we can switch this up slightly. We can get that there. I think that'll be pretty good. Yeah, let's maybe go for a little bit less on that. Maybe go for that. Oops, try not to click off the game, Joe. We'll send him straight out there on that. What about Carlos? That's not bad, you know. Yeah, so we're probably looking at something like that. That we can sort of do that. We'll go like that maybe, and send them out on super soft tyres. So let's get into Q1. I'm expecting some good performance after that first session where Nico Hulkenberg was absolutely smashing it. We seem to have got the setup right for him as well. Unfortunately, Carlos Sainz seems to be a little bit off the pace in terms of his form, but that's absolutely fine. It's to be expected. Obviously, Hulkenberg was the weaker of the two drivers last time out in terms of form. So, you know, we're going to see that ebb and flow throughout the season, depending on how the drivers are feeling on any given day. How much they're tuned into the track as well is obviously going to have a little bit of an impact. So, Nico Hulkenberg is just about to start his hot lap, and hopefully he'll do something decent here. He's coming around that final corner. He's coming up to the line now, and he's starting his lap. Come on. Come on, Nico. Let's see you pull off something special here. He's caught behind one of the Alfa Romeos, unfortunately. So we'll see where he is compared to Sainz in the first sector. Sainz is a little bit slower. Now Bottas is currently going quickest, but actually Hamilton's going quickest now. Hulkenberg not too far off the pace. Here he comes around the last turn. Where's Hulkenberg going to finish? He's coming around now. What's it going to be? Hulkenberg goes second, 5/10 off Lewis Hamilton. What about Carlos Sainz? He comes up to the line. He goes fourth, 3/10 off his teammates. So Bottas currently quickest, Hamilton second, with Ricciardo third. We are currently splitting the Red Bulls. McLaren are also up in there as well. It is very close, this midfield battle, of course. Vettel has gone third. What about Raikkonen? Where's he going to go? He's probably going to go... Yeah, he's actually outqualified Vettel. So we're currently 6th and 12th. Hulkenberg, you would say, is safely through in 6th place. I think Sainz maybe needs to do another lap. If you look at the sort of gaps down, he is only 2/10 above the drop zone. And we have actually butchered his setup a little bit. So, right, so he wants a lot more top speed, which is fine. And yeah, we'll give him that. So we'll send him out there again, and hopefully that'll be good. Let's have a look at his setup. He's happy with that. That's good. So let's keep an eye on Carlos Sainz. Hopefully he'll be able to extract the most out of the car on this lap and get us safely through to Q2. Hulkenberg's asking to go out for another lap, but I don't see the need to actually do that at this stage. Here we go. Sainz going through now. Ooh. Looking good for the form. Come on. Come on. 0.309 seconds slower in the first sector. He's not actually improving, which is a little bit of a concern, although through the second sector he has set a personal best. He's coming through the final sector now, through the final hairpin, and here he comes up to the line and he goes 8th. So that's really good. Only a 10th off Nico Hulkenberg's time, safely through to Q2, and we can be really pleased with that. So let's put on times 12, and we're into the final minute of the session. Nobody cares about that. So here we come. 6th and 8th in Q1. I'm happy with that. Verstappen's obviously got a lot more to show. Alonso, and there you go, Alonso's just gone up into 6th. So Alonso and Van Dorn have a lot to show as well. We've got to really try and keep on top of this here, and really show our worth at in Q2. So going out in Q1, Stroll, Gasly, Leclerc, Marcus Ericsson and Brendan Hartley. So here we go, qualifying 2. Hopefully Carlos Sainz is happier with his car, though his downforce he's really not happy with. So maybe he wants less downforce. Maybe that's what he wants. Let's see. What was this? Actually, we went low. That what did we do this time? Yeah, he doesn't want. He wants more downforce. So let's give him it. Tyre choice, we'll go for that. We'll send him out early, and then we'll send out Hulkenberg in a little bit. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying this series, make sure you leave a like down below. I haven't actually seen any support for episode 1 yet, because I'm recording this before that comes out at 8 PM when I'm recording this, so you know, hopefully it goes down well, and hopefully you did enjoy it and you've come back for episode 2. Hulkenberg, come on. Come on, son. Right then. Sainz Jr. 3.6. That's not good. That's really not good. Come on. Let's keep an eye on Sainz. He's the one to watch here. He's 2.5 tenths off Hamilton through the first sector, 3 tenths in the second sector. This is still a good lap if he can keep it going. Bottas is currently going quicker than Lewis Hamilton though. Over the weekend generally actually. Yeah, 2 purple sectors from Bottas. Looks like he is going to go quickest. Here comes Sainz. He goes 7 tenths slower than Hamilton. Maybe not the best of laps. Let's watch Hülkenberg. Bottas goes second, that's a surprise. Alonso has split the Red Bulls again, so Ricciardo really has got Verstappen in his pocket this weekend. Here comes Hülkenberg. Where's he going to go? Goes 7th, so he's a 10th quicker than Sainz. It is going to be difficult. We've still got Raikkonen come through. He's gone 7th, so we're 8th and 9th currently. And Perez has split us, so we're now 8th and 10th. So we could well not manage to get through to Q3 here. What is going on here? So he wants a little bit more top speed, but a little bit. Is that right? Is that what he wants? Yeah. Yeah. So he wants. Just a little bit less top speed, so he wants something like that, which we can give him, and hopefully that'll quicken him up a bit. Hopefully Hülkenberg can come round and set a decent lap and solidify his place in the top 10. We have gone for more super soft tyres this weekend than you would probably normally go for. Simply because I think we need as many soft tyres as possible, really. As many of the softest compound. We've got 2 of the mediums, so hopefully we'll get to use them at some point as well. So, Hülkenberg coming round the final corner now and starting his lap, but Sainz is already on a lap, so let's watch him. He's currently going quicker in the first sector. What about the middle sector? He's quicker as well. Come on, Sainz. Let's get up into that top 6. That is what we want to see. Sainz coming around the last turn. He comes up and he goes 8th. So he's out qualifying Hülkenberg as it stands. Hülkenberg going quicker again though. Hülkenberg coming through. The last little hairpin, is he going to manage to out-qualify Sainz? He goes up to 7th. That is a brilliant lap from him. And surely that is us safe, although Grosjean and Van Dorn still have to set lap times. And you would think that Raikkonen's going to go back ahead of Hülkenberg. So we'll see. We will see. 2 very good laps there, though, from our boys, and we can be pretty pleased about that. Both cars through to Q3, or at least that's the way it's looking. Van Dorn's the only one that can improve, so he's come through now, and he only goes 12th. So Hülkenberg 8th, Sainz 9th, Raikkonen did improve in fact to 6th place, so it's all ready for Q3 then. Going out in Q2 is Romain Grosjean, Stoffel Van Dorn, Esteban Ocon, Kevin Magnussen and Sergei Sirotkin. So let's get into Q3. Hülkenberg can go out first. He's looking pretty tasty in his setup. What about Sainz? How's he looking? He's looking much happier with that. We can maybe eke out a little bit more though if we do that. Yeah, so there you go. Let's set them out. So yeah. Here we go then. Off on our flying laps. Brilliant stuff. So, Hülkenberg is starting out. He's setting up his lap. He wants to stay in front of the Mercedes, to be quite honest with you. You don't want him sort of butchering your lap. But he may well get past. It's probably on the hot lap, most likely. Come on, Hulkenberg, don't hold him up. This isn't good. So Hulkenberg's starting his lap, and he has just been overtaken by the Mercedes. This isn't good. This really isn't good. This is not what we need. Dirty air. He's coming through this first sector. I mean, at least he's looking on pace of the Mercedes. He's only a tenth off in that first sector. It's coming through the middle sector now. The Mercedes is pulling away a little bit. But there you go. He's not doing too badly. Maybe this is helping him. He's coming through. He's only a quarter of a second off. This is where the Mercedes has had real advantage over us so far. And we go second currently, 4 tenths off the pace of Hamilton. What about Sainz? He goes third. He outqualifies Hulkenberg by a hundredth of a second. And that is brilliant. Sainz turned it on in Q3 once again. But you have to feel like Hulkenberg has a little bit more in the tank there. So, Vettel goes third. What about... Well, Verstappen and Alonso have already set their laps. What about Raikkonen? Let's keep an eye on him. He goes 8th. What about Perez? He's coming through now. Where's he going to go? He goes 10th. So, we're currently 5th and 6th at the moment, which is a cracking achievement, really. It has to be said. We'll put on another set of fresh boots for Hulkenberg. And we'll do the same for Sainz, and we'll give them a clear track. So that they can go and have some fun on the track and try and get the best time that they can. But what a lap from both of the boys to get themselves ahead of Verstappen and Raikkonen as it stands currently. And you know, we find a couple of tenths and all of a sudden we're starting 3rd and 4th. So this is a big lap. We're not going to get into Mercedes territory, but you know, if we can get the car in the optimal window, if we can not have any traffic. It's looking like Hulkenberg might avoid traffic, although Perez is coming out now. Hulkenberg coming through, and yet again he's been unfortunate in the fact that Perez is there, although he should be okay. He should be absolutely fine. Hulkenberg coming through the first sector now. What's it looking like? Oh, it's white, and it's well off the pace of his last one. That's really disappointing from Hulkenberg. What about the middle sector? Let's see how he's doing through there. He's white again. What about Sainz? He's looking quicker. He's already a couple of tenths quicker than, although he's lost a load of time as well. So we've completely butchered our fast lap here. Our chance to do something really special. Can Sainz improve? He's come through the final sector and he doesn't improve. So Hulkenberg again is outqualified by Sainz, which is a surprise. Hulkenberg's had him in his pocket all weekend, but when it matters, Sainz has found that extra hundredth of a second, and Hulkenberg will start behind him. So Perez, he's not going to improve, you would think. Let's put it on 12 speed. Keep an eye on Alonso first. He looks like he might be going a little bit quicker than us, although he's coming through now and he doesn't improve. What about Raikkonen? Raikkonen's gone up to 3rd, so Sainz has qualified 6th and Hulkenberg has qualified 7th. Valtteri Bottas, who's been brilliant all weekend, has managed to get pole position. Hamilton in 2nd, Kimi Raikkonen 3rd with that last hurrah from him. So here we are on the grid then for race day. I'm going to just auto pick them. The car setups are absolutely fine. We're not going to push the tyre wear. We're going to push everything else though. Hold on. Off the start, we don't want to jeopardize our race because of the tyre wear. Hulkenberg only on a 3. That's not good. That's not good. Anyway, here we are, ready for lights out. We're going to put these on auto. Lights out, away we go. Hulkenberg off to a brilliant start, but he's kind of blocked by Vettel in 5th ahead of him, although he has jumped Carlos Sainz off the start. Hulkenberg around the outside. Both cars going really, really well so far. Having a look at Vettel. Both cars have passed Vettel, and now Hulkenberg is going insane. He's going past Raikkonen, and now he's trying to get past the 2 Mercedes cars as Ricciardo is leading the Grand Prix. Bottas has got off to a terrible start, and he's down to 3rd. Hulkenberg currently chasing Valtteri Bottas to try and get this 3rd place. We have got worse tyre wear than the boys behind. I think I'm actually going to pit Carlos Sainz on this lap. We're going to bring him in, we're going to put him on medium tyres. I'm going to see how far we can take him. The only reason I'm doing this is because he's already kind of looking like he needs new tyres. He's already in the 40s in terms of sort of wear, which is not good. Hulkenberg currently 4th. We've got Sainz into the pits. I thought Sainz had gone off there, but he hasn't. So Sainz is going to come out in 20th. We're going to put him on neutral. Everything done pretty well in the pit stops. We're keeping an eye on Hulkenberg currently though. His tyre wear should probably last another lap, but no guarantees. Hamilton has leapfrogged Ricciardo into 1st position. Shall we bring in Hulkenberg this lap, because he's not going to get past Bottas, so we can bring him in. We can get him onto fresh tyres, clean air, and it could well work for him. Let's see if we can maybe attack Bottas here. We've got Vettel having a look down the inside, but we're absolutely fine. So here comes Hulkenberg. Is he going to come into the pits? Not quite yet. It's difficult. We're currently at a different orientation to what we had last time. I think that was the orientation we had last time. Here comes Hulkenberg into the pits then. This is exactly what we need. There has been a mistake on the front jack, but he is away. Is Sainz going to come out ahead of him though? Sainz coming onto the pit straight now. This is going to be really close, and Sainz has jumped him. Sainz has jumped him in the pit stops. So that's really interesting. That kind of shows us that time can be made in this clean air. So we want these two just to help each other along, try and stick to a decent time, a decent distance from each other, save some fuel, and just really have a good go at strategy this race. You know, strategy cost us last time out. Can we make it work to our advantage this time? We need particularly Hulkenberg to look after his tyres, because we're not expecting Sainz to be able to do that. Hulkenberg coming through. They're both conducting personal bests at the minute. The tyres of the front runners are going off massively. So this is surely going to, you know, be to our advantage that we've come in, we've put fresh tyres on, we're saving a bit of fuel, we're not losing time. You know, we're just in clean air, keeping the temperatures at a good rate. We have got Perez closing in on us though, which is fairly concerning considering Perez was so much slower than us over one lap. But here we come, on to lap 5 of the Grand Prix. The leading cars still haven't come in yet, and we are now starting to lose time to the front runners, which is interesting. Hulkenberg especially is seemingly struggling a little bit on these tyres. So let's keep an eye on Carlos Sainz. He's the lead car at the moment and probably will be come the end of the race. We've got two very evenly matched drivers. It's going to be difficult for either of them to pass, although now we're watching Sainz, it seems that Hulkenberg is the one that's got a little bit more pace in him. We're on to lap 6 of this Grand Prix now, and we have started to get some of the front runners into the pits, and we have come out in between Bottas and Ricciardo. Now that is the battle for the lead of the Grand Prix, so we've definitely gained a lot of time out of that, and you know, we're now holding up Bottas on his strategy. Ricciardo's probably going to go into the distance. Got 9 laps to go. Can Hulkenberg keep these tyres going all the way to the end? You know, potentially he can. Potentially he can. I think we split the strategy here. We'll put Hulkenberg on conserve, and we'll put Sainz on push. And we'll split the strategies a little bit. We'll get Hulkenberg to go pretty much to the end of the race on those tyres. And we'll try and get Sainz to burn these tyres out, put on a set of super softs, and see if he can push towards the end of the Grand Prix. And Hulkenberg keeping decent pace with him. He's not, you know, being a mug about it. We've got Verstappen right behind him though. He's probably going to pass. But Carlos Sainz setting personal bests on this lap now that he's pushing. He's come through now 2.5 seconds quicker than his previous personal best on that lap. That's pretty damn impressive. Hulkenberg managing to hold off Verstappen for now. And Sainz's form is getting better and better here, 7.6 now. Although he is losing just a little bit of time on this lap. We are closing in on this little group of cars ahead of us. The engine is sounding a little bit weird. So Hulkenberg's engine could be about to pop, which is annoying really. But he's not pushing too much. We'll put him in a low engine mode as well, just to try and keep him going. We'll put him on overtake and attack. Try and get him past Vettel. Come on. There you go, he's past Vettel now. Do we bring him in? Not just yet. We'll put him on push and medium. Now that he's past Vettel. We're now past Bottas, I think that was as well. And we're having a look at Ricciardo, who is the net race leader, I think. So Sainz is right in the mix here. He has been re-overtaken by Vettel. I think we bring him in this lap. How long will they last? 7 to 9 laps apparently. I somehow don't believe that, but let's get him in. Do that. Attack these tyres until they are no more. And come round this last little hairpin. I'm going to come in and change tyres. Now then. It's a good pit stop. It's now time for him to just push on these final 5 laps. He should be able to get to the end quite easily, you would think. And we'll see exactly what he can do. Hulkenberg, on the other hand, is in 6th place. His tyres might last till the end of the race, which is good. He's probably going to lose some positions, but hopefully he'll be able to just about hang on here. So Sainz has just made a position. He's currently 14 seconds behind Hulkenberg. You know, theoretically, we should get them pretty close to each other by the end of the race. Hulkenberg now up to 4th. It's really looking like Daniel Ricciardo is going to win the Grand Prix. Vettel and Bottas 2nd and 3rd. Are they going to have to make another pit stop? There's still 3 laps to go after this one, and they're looking a bit precarious on tyres. They're looking about the same as us. And we're on a much more durable compound, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Here we come. Still in 4th place, Nico Hulkenberg. I don't know how well he's going to be able to survive the next few laps. It's going to be very tough. But we are trying our very, very best to keep him going. Sainz up to 15th now, so shall we switch to Sainz's car? He is pushing really, really hard, which is great to see. And he is trying to overtake the Haas of Kevin Magnussen at the moment. Comes down the inside. That's a brilliant move from Carlos Sainz Jr. And now he's up into 12th place. He's looking like he can get points today. There's 2 laps remaining here. There is 2 laps remaining. Ocon's tyres are surely going to go, which is good for us. Sainz has got a lot of fuel left. Let's go into overtake mode. Let's see, Hulkenberg's got a lot, but then his engine's about to pop as well. He's still currently in 4th. He's ahead of Fernando Alonso. Sainz, come on. Come on, Sainz. He's coming past Ocon. It's a shame because Sainz could have been right up there, but his tyre wear is, or tyre consumption is just not good enough. Now then, there is a little group of cars up ahead. So, this is the last lap though. I don't know if Sainz is going to make it. Let's go to Nico Hulkenberg, who's in a world of his own. It looks like he is going to finish in 4th position, although he is closing in on Bottas. I think one more lap and we might have had a podium, but what a result from Nico Hulkenberg. He finishes 4th on the one-stop strategy. Sainz coming through and he only finishes 11th. That's unfortunate. It was worth a try because he would never have reached the end on those medium tyres, but he's come in and he's done a good job. He's done a really good job to get back to 11th. But Nico Hulkenberg gets 4th place and 12 points on the board, which is really, really good for us in our battle for 4th place this year. That was really, really good. And, you know, maybe that lap made all the difference, you know. Sainz came in much earlier than Hulkenberg. So, yeah. I don't really know though. Daniel Ricciardo winning the Grand Prix, Sebastian Vettel finishing 2nd, and Bottas in 3rd, despite starting on pole position. And if we'd had another lap, I think Hulkenberg would have had both Vettel and Bottas. So Hulkenberg doing a really good job there. So he finishes 4th, Carlos Sainz 11th. It's disappointing for Sainz, but Hulkenberg up to 7th in the championship, and we're up to 6th now, which is really good. And hopefully we can push on from here. That is brilliant. Well done to Hulkenberg for getting our first points, and well done for Sainz for giving it a goddamn good go. He was in that race and lead pack. He was just behind Ricciardo when he came into the pits, but unfortunately we just didn't have enough tyre wear, and that has been the problem so far in this career mode. We just have terrible tyre wear. And that is going to be something that thwarts us for quite a while until we sort it out. And I'm not sure there is any way to do that. But there you go. There you have it. Nico Hulkenberg, he's happy with that. Carlos Sainz drove very well this weekend, but unfortunately couldn't get any points. And Jolyon Palmer is Jolyon Palmer. We are going back up in the estimations of the board as well, which is really good to see. And no, I really, really enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys did too. If you did, make sure you do leave a like down below. It only takes a second and means the absolute world to the channel and also to me. So, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.